Okay, I still love that star daily. That's a pretty flower. Pansies are all right, but they're a dime a dozen. That daylily is just, to me, it's outstanding. All right. What's it mean to be an annual? If you're a gardener, what's it mean to be an annual?
Every year.
Why do some folks not like annuals?
Because it's once a year.
Yeah, we plant them every year. But they plant easy. That perennial, he's there year after year after year. You come back up, you come down, they come back in. So, all right, here we go. What you need to fill in are my flower examples, because that's what you're going to be finding later on. And I'll show you mine when I get done to show you how yours probably would look. So an annual takes one season to do its thing. It sprouts, it grows, it flowers, it sets seeds, and then it dies. But the seeds live on for the next year. That's an annual. If you have annuals in your garden, you got to plant them every year. You even take them out of the house, and they won't do it again. So that's just what it is. But the thing about it is, though, my annuals, they bloom all summer. They're beautiful. I take butterfly pictures from my camera, and those marigolds and zinnias, though they don't, I got to plant them every year again. When they're blooming, buddy, they are cooking, and they're all kind of colors, and they're quite pretty. I think I like the zinnias better than marigolds, but they bloom. Perennials, they're pretty also, but they don't bloom very long. You know, if they bloom for 3 weeks, you're lucky, and then they're gone. But they do live on, so next year they come back and bloom for a couple of weeks, and then they're gone. So, if you perennial, some folks call that permanent, but they're not really permanent. After about 5 or 6 years, they're going to go. So I'm always putting new seeds in my flower bed, and as they die, new ones come in. And now then I take my tillers, till them all under, and start over again. I mean, I ain't a sissy, but I like flowers. I mean, I love flowers. They're pretty. But I ain't you know, it's just that I'm into botany. I don't much care about roots. I do like eat sweet potatoes. But the flowers always, well, I can't say, I like the flowers because they attract the butterflies. And the butterflies, the flowers are my bait. Just taking my butterfly. And I got files at home on my computer, the pictures I've taken for the years, and I post them sometimes, and folks ask me to send one, I will. But they only bloom once a year. Now some flowers bloom once and bloom twice. But these perennials, they last season to season to season, and they're pretty when they're doing their thing, like that star lily you saw, and that daylily, star lily. And my two examples of these two, I like Jacob's ladder. And I'll show you a picture of it later on when I show it myself. But angel trumpet is one of the prettiest flowers I've ever seen. That's coming up. A biennial, for the first year, it's just green leaves, there are no flowers. It flowers the second year. It's like saying biennial. We say biennial. So you got to wait a year to get to enjoy the flowers, but you got to plant it to get it done. I don't have many of these. I don't have any of them, but they're all gone. I tend to use annuals and perennials. That zebra hollyhock is also a beautiful flower. It comes in all kinds of shades of different colors. And some folks can take them, grow them up, and they can cross-pollinate and make even different colors. You start really playing kaleidoscope of flowers. So this thing, remember, 2 years. First year is just growing. This is green, that's vegetative. The second year, it makes the flower, sets its seeds, and then it dies. But the seeds can start the next year. And then they'll be green for the first year, green leafy. And then the second year, they do that flower and they die. And that's how the life cycle goes. And foxglove, foxglove's all right. You know, anything faint over. Zebra hollyhock, that's pretty. Then you got these annuals, which are really strange. It all depends on the climate, if it's an annual or not. Because if you live like in South Florida and it never really gets real cold, they'll live year after year after year. No, these won't. Oh, they do live out here. Where it's not too cold and the winter frost can't kill them, they'll come back. But if you're up like in Canada or in Alaska, where in the summertime they'll grow, but the frost kills them, and then they act like real annuals. But if you're down there in Florida or Mexico or in the Panama Canal Zone, they'll grow year after year. It's all based on climate. It's all based on climate. Around Columbus, I don't know if they grow here or not. I've never tried those. My next slide gives you my examples. I like snapdragons. And those osteopermiums, those African daisies, man, they're pretty. They would grow here no problem. If you had a mild winter, they would come back the next year. But if you had a severe winter, then you got to replant. So these are the half-hardy annuals. It's this climate. It's the winter determines if he's an annual or not, really. Because in Columbus, we have some days are hard winters and some years easy winters, so they're going to determine. I guess we're kind of midway ourselves. Because we're in Michigan, it's going to be an annual. Summertime, and that sucker dies when the snow falls. All right? So, and I got pictures of all these on the other slide. Now these are called, some people call them annuals, some call them perennials. It's the frost that's going to make the difference. If you don't get the frost, then these perennials actually live like perennials. Year after year they come back. But you know, the other ones you had, they could stand the frost for a little while. But these suckers here, they can't stand the frost at all. And let me back up for a minute. Remember these over here ones? Frost won't bother them. It's the freeze of winter that kills them. So they don't mind the frost. See, frost doesn't kill these bad boys. So in Columbus, we can have them. If we have a mild winter, they'll come back. Now, if we have a hard winter, they won't come back. But the frost won't kill them. These things over here, the frost kills these. So they don't even make it in wintertime. You know, you take them inside the house. A lot of those cover them with a big trash bag. If you keep the frost off the plant, because when water freezes, what's it do to something? If you put water in a glass and sit outside and the glass and the water froze, what happens to your glass jar? It's going to break it. And when frost falls on these plants, the outer cells, they expand and they break, and the cell breaks and the cell thing dies. So these suckers, they're perennials only if they never see the frost. If they see frost, then you can get them. But down in South Florida, you'd probably be good forever down there. I know here in Columbia, we got frost here. Outside a lot of times, they got to put water on the windshield, that kind of stuff, so they wouldn't survive that. But a mild winter, or like when it just started getting winter, they'll be alive then. But they'll die later on. But if the first time they experience a frost, angel's trumpet is a big flower. When you see pictures of them, you go, little dainty thing. And I found one with a person standing with, I knew they're big flowers, but I forgot how big they really were. They look really delicate till you see, my God, that thing is huge. And the begonias, I like begonias. I mean, they're just a dime a dozen. They're everywhere. They grow pretty easy. But once again, when the frost hits them, time to replant next year. Here's your task. This is all, and we're going to be done. I'll show you mine. For every flower I just showed you, not the ones, the two starters. Go online and find me a picture of that flower with a bunch like it. Okay?
You talking about like the marigolds, for example?
Yeah, marigolds and the snapdragon and angel. And I did one myself, and I'll show you mine. I've done your homework for me, so I can see what you're going to be doing. It wasn't hard. The URL, what's that stand for?
The
Universal Resource
something,
Locator.
it's the
That's website. That's instead of saying, I just say URL. So I want to know where you got it from. And on mine, I don't know if I could use the same website, all of them. Oh, I typed in Snapdragon image, click. I had tons of them come up. And then up the very top, that's where I got it from. I might find out that when I typed in, angel trumpet, it might be the same website. They just keep on custom. But be sure you show a bunch. I want to see a variety, so I know that you see one flower thing, others of them might be different. So in your picture, more than one. And keep in order I mention them. Don't mix them up for me because I got to grade these things. So if I said marigolds first, that's what you want to find first.
The ones in red, right?
Yeah, the ones. Well, there's ones in red. I'll show you my other one. And when I got done, I said, "Boy, I wish I got some pretty ones here. I wanted to show me." And so I said, "You can tack on 4 if you wish. That so impressed you, you want to just show somebody. Look how pretty this thing is." And you're going to find them probably that blow you away. So now let me stop this PowerPoint and